Take a slow, deliberate breath. Let it fill your chest. Feel it flow into your shoulders, and exhale slowly. Hear the river nearby, murmuring over stones, carrying the chill of the morning dew. The wind brushes against your skin, rustling through the pine needles and carrying the scent of fresh timber, sap, and faint smoke of last night's fire. The forest hums with life, leaves brushing together, birds calling to one another, and the occasional crack of branches underfoot. Even in this vast chaos, small details persist, reminding Sam of the world's quiet order amidst chaos. Before him, Nephi stands tall and unwavering. His hands are raw from cutting, measuring, and shaping timber. Each swing of the axe is deliberate, precise. The rhythmic strike echoes through the trees, a heartbeat for the labor unfolding around them. Slowly, impossibly, a ship begins to rise from the forest floor, a massive vessel that should not exist in this place, yet it does. Guided by unseen hands and human faith intertwined, Sam watches, awe-filled, the weight of wonder pressing against his chest, mingling with fear for what lies ahead. Lemuel's voice slices through the calm like a blade. "This is madness! How can we build a ship in this wilderness?" Lemuel adds, trembling. "We will fail! The Lord could not have commanded this!" Sam feels the tight grip of fear and frustration rise within him, not for the labor itself, but for Nephi, for the fragile family, for the children whose small hands cling to hope and uncertain guidance. He watches Nephi respond, not with anger, but with calm authority. His hands blistered and worn, sweat dripping down his brow, yet his eyes steady, unflinching. Nephi's bride moves quietly among the group, guiding children past dangerous tools, inspecting boards, whispering encouragement to those struggling. Sam notices her careful attentiveness, the way she balances gentleness with quiet authority, supporting Nephi without undermining him. She checks on the children, reassures the hesitant, and directs small tasks. In the way she moves, Sam sees a rhythm emerge, a silent current of safety and steadiness that spreads throughout the group. Even Layman and Lemuel, caught between rebellion and fear, seem to sense the stabilizing force she carries. Days pass in the rhythm of labor. Sam observes as wood bends perfectly where it seemed it would snap, as measurements align without error, and as God endures through Nephi without faltering. Each small success, a beam fitting exactly, a plank breaking in just the right way, feels monumental. Sam reflects on faith as something more than a belief. It is patient, steady work, trust in what cannot yet be seen, endurance in the face of doubt. But tension simmers beneath the surface. Layman and Lemuel's frustration grows sharper each day, louder with every instruction Nephi gives, each correction he makes. Their murmurings climb from doubt to anger to rebellion. Sam feels the weight of it pressing against him, a physical ache in his chest, the fear that something will break, not just the wood, but the fragile bonds of their family. Then comes the day that changes everything. Sam watches as Layman and Lemuel approach Nephi, their faces taut with resentment, their voices sharp and accusing. Each word slices through the rhythm of work, carrying a weight Sam can almost feel pressing on his chest. His stomach tightens. He senses that before it happens, that this is no longer about wood or labor. It is about control, fear, and rebellion against the will of God. They had been on the water for quite some time, before Layman stepped forward quickly one day, grabbing Nephi's arm. Lemuel pulls ropes from a nearby bundle, knots rough and coarse, preparing to bite him. Sam's pulse hammers in his ears. He sees the flash of panic in the children's eyes and feels the tension of every adult's body. Sam realizes in a sudden, sharp clarity, they are trying to stop not just a man, but God's work in motion. Nephi resists for a moment, calm but firm. He speaks softly, each word measured and steady, attempting to reason with them. "Do not let fear guide your hands. The Lord commands this, and it is His will, not yours, and not mine." Sam hears it and feels the truth in it, yet dread coils tightly in his chest. The boat is tossed back and forth in the storm. The ropes tighten, cutting into Nephi's wrists and ankles. He does not struggle violently. His power is constrained, his authority restrained. Sam steps closer, heart pounding, the fear for Nephi's life pressing into him. Every moment of Laman and Lemuel seems deliberate, filled with anger and disbelief that Nephi would obey a command they cannot see, cannot understand, cannot accept. Sam's eyes scan the ropes, the tension in Nephi's shoulders, and the stubborn steadiness in his eyes. Nephi's gaze meets Sam's briefly. In that silent exchange, words are unnecessary. Sam feels a pulse of understanding, a quiet strength, trust, faith, and endurance. Nephi does not panic, does not lash out. He simply stands firm in what he knows is right, even as the ropes bite into his skin, and the weight of the storm presses upon him. Laman's voice rises, sharp and threatening. Lemuel presses harder. Sam hears the anger in their words, the disbelief, the mixture of fear and resentment that has built over days and weeks, now erupting in physical expression. Sam's own hands clench, but he cannot intervene, not yet. All he can do is watch, breathe tight in his chest, heart hammering as he witnesses the danger Nephi faces. Then comes Nephi's voice. Sam, please pray for me. Sam shudders, looking away from Nephi and off the side of the boat into the choppy waters. Sam says, I can hardly look at them anymore. My own brothers, Laman and Lemuel, they've turned the ship into a place of revelry and pride, forgetting the very hand that built it. Now the Liahona is silent, and Nephi hangs there, bound to the mast by cords that have cut deep into his wrists. Every time I stepped forward to plead for him, their threats grew louder. I've had to sit in the shadows, watching my mother and father waste away in their grief, nearly ready to be swallowed by the gray depths of this ocean. My heart is heavy with a fear I cannot name. We are being driven back by the tempest that feels like the very anger of the Lord. The wind is screaming now, a sound so sharp it drowns out the mocking laughter that filled the deck only hours ago. We are tossed like a leaf in a whirlwind. I see the terror finally breaking through Laman's pride. He knows the water is coming for us all. I've stayed close to Nephi, though I couldn't reach him through the storm. Even in his silence, even with his limbs swollen and purple from the bindings, his face holds a peace that I'm desperately trying to mirror. I am not the leader he is, but I have chosen my side. I will not join the rebellion, even if it means I go down with the ship while holding on to the truth he taught me. And then the presence comes. The wind shifts. The air feels heavier, denser, yet charged with authority. It cuts through the chaos like a blade made of calm and power. Sam feels it first in his chest, then spreading outward, touching every tense muscle, every anxious breath. Sam and Lemuel falter, as does Laman. Laman and Lemuel falter. They stumble slightly, uncertain, unaware that they cannot stand against what they cannot see, but know is there. The ropes slacken, slowly, as if loosened by some invisible hand. Nephi is free. He rises, brushing sweat and dust from his brow. Sam exhales a long, shuddering breath, relief and awe mingling in his chest. The moment is electric with tension, stillness, and the undeniable presence of God's power. Nephi speaks, softly, firmly, each word resonating like a calm acre in the storm. The Lord has not abandoned us. Stand firm. Work in His will, not your own fear. Sam feels the echo of it in his own heart, the quiet fire of faith igniting, the certainty of God's hand in their lives. He notices the children relax slightly, the adults straighten, and even Laman and Lemuel fall silent, the weight of what has occurred pressing upon them, leaving no room for doubt. For now. Sam watches Nephi stretch, loosen his shoulders, and the calm radiating from him even as his body marks the struggle. He sees the subtle grace in Nephi's movements, the quiet authority that even ropes could not contain. Sam realizes something profound. True leadership is not in overpowering, not in commanding fear, but in standing steadfast, trusting in God, and enduring with quiet strength. The work resumes, but Sam is forever changed. He watches the group with new eyes, noticing how Nephi's bride moves among them, guiding, comforting, teaching lessons of patience and faith. Together, Nephi and his bride create a rhythm that steadies the group, lifts the weary, and turns fear into focused labor. Sam breathes deeply.